watch this tutorial till end, you will be in that 1% club who can build applications the way they want and whatever they want using bold.diy completely for free. So let's get straight into the topic. So what you need to do is just set up a bunch of, do a bunch of steps and do the complete setup, and then you will be able to run bold.diy on your local. So you can start building from there. Okay. So for the purpose of this video, we'll actually be using a model called as DeepSeek V3, which is actually a AI model that is created very recently that tops the chart in terms of bunch of benchmarks, which competes with Claude Sonnet, and then it also competes with Google models and OpenAI GPTs model. In that case, we'll be able to integrate DeepSeek with bold.diy, so you can start generating code at a very affordable pricing. Because if you pay for the subscription for bold.nav, so let's go and check it out, the subscription. So they got few pricing plans over here. Their free tier lets you use like 1 million tokens, which, to be honest, you get to exhaust, pretty fast. Even if you run like few basic prompts, you'll be able to completely exhaust that 1 million tokens. Now, I've personally tried Pro one, which is 55 million tokens. I've built applications with it, but it is good. But why pay for something when you got already a lot of things covered and from an open source community, which is bold.diy. And then we also got a DeepSeek model, which we can use for the API usage. So let's get straight into integrating bold.diy with DeepSeek. So what you need to do is go to platform.deepseek.com, and you'll be able to, like, basically you should have a login option first, and then you will be able to open to the dashboard. Okay. And then what you need to do is go to the API keys. By the way, this available tokens, topped up balance, granted balance, for you as you start fresh, you will be all zero, because you'll have to fill up a bunch of credits. Now, to be honest, it's very cheap. Even if like you just start with like $2, it is more than enough for you to write a very good production ready application, because it's so affordable that, if you have a look on the stats, I did like 64 API requests, consumed close to 400,000 tokens, and it only costed like 2 cents. So that's how cheap and how efficient it has become to write applications using AI. So just top it up. You have to top it up and then just pay through PayPal or credit card, and then this will get credited. And then what you need to do is create API key from the API key section. Okay, so I'll rename it as bold DIY API key and just create API key. Then copy this API key. I'm going to delete the API key for sure. So go to bold.diy, the one that you have running on the local. You just need to select all the models. So for me, I'll go with DeepSeek. You can also go with Google, Grok. Grok also has hosted Llama, which is Facebook's model, which is Meta's model. So you can pretty much use a bunch of models, but for free use, you can try Google, which is Gemini, and for DeepSeek, DeepSeek Chat and DeepSeek Code. So let's also select DeepSeek Chat because it's their base model. If you have a look over here in the docs, just go to docs. Okay. And then you have the model over here, which is the base model somewhere. Yeah. So this is the DeepSeek Chat. So let's also check DeepSeek Chat. Now, what you need to do is add API key. So I pasted the API key, accept. That's it. That's how easy it has become to integrate any sort of APIs with bold.diy. So we are all good to go. Let's create applications. If you watched this far, that means you're super serious about AI and automation. So please give a like and subscribe to the channel for more automation content, and let's continue. Okay, so let's go through the UI. So you got a lot of selections over here. You can pretty much select the model that you want to start working with. So for my case, I've used DeepSeek. Again, integration is done. If let's say if you want to go with Google, you can go with Google, and then there are a bunch of options available, which is Gemini of 1.5, 1.5 Pro. It also does tell you that Google API key is not set, so you have to set it up to this option, which is so you have to get the API key and then everything. Okay, then let's select DeepSeek. Okay, so this is set, and now you can pretty much type the prompt that you want. You can attach the files, you can enhance the prompt, you can also record your voice and convert it into a prompt, which is, I feel, it's completely awesome feature to have. We'll be using this feature for sure, because who gets to type a lot of big prompts, right? And then you got import chart. Again, let's say if you have exported the chart, you want to import whatever history that you had with the tool, you can import it over here. let's say you're already working on some folder and then you wanted to input the folder, pretty straightforward, right? And the good thing is you can pretty much clone a Git repo, which means, let's say if some, let's say, so let's say if some a project had a GitHub repository and you just want to clone it up, that means just copy paste whatever the contents over here, and then you can use this feature to clone it up. So you can enter the GitHub URL and then it gets cloned over here. So let's also visit on the left hand side. You got the start new chart. This absolutely starts a new chart from scratch, and then all the recent charts that you had over here. Okay, and then you have the dark mode. Okay, so this is dark mode and light mode. Incredible. And then you got the settings, which you can have, export charts, back up the settings, all the settings that you have, delete charts, API keys management. Let's say you are working with, 10 different tools, 10 different AI models. So you got to use the API key, right? So this is the template. And then we have providers. So older DIY works with a lot of providers. They got a lot of providers integrated. It's just that you need that individual API keys, right? So let's say if Cohor or let's say Google is not, it's disabled, then you get to, see it over here. It's disabled as well. So go back. Let's go back and then enable that up as well. Okay. Then you have specifically the LLMs that you can run locally. You can also set it up. So you can run LM Studio. Then you got Olama, and you got OpenAI, like, right? All these models. Connection, you can pretty much connect your GitHub account using the personal access token. And then you got features, which are all, experimental features. They all release the new bugs. They fix the bugs and they release new features on top. So that's where you can see all of them. So that's a lot of discussion. Now let's start building something. What we'll build is a application that I've been thinking to build, which is create a Pomodoro timer. So it will also help you understand, what pieces are involved in bold DIY, so you can start leveraging them. And then you can also, start from learning from scratch how to build applications. Okay, so I have pasted one basic prompt over here, which is create a Pomodoro timer to help me boost my productivity. Now the thing is, a lot of the time when AI tries to work on something that you share it as input, a lot of the time it hallucinates because you are not providing essential details. So what you need to do is refine the prompt as much as possible. So you got one option, which Bolt lets you do that, which is enhanced prompt. This enhanced prompt will actually refine everything in terms of more granular, sub prompts. So let's create on that. So prompt enhance. Okay, create a Pomodoro timer application that focuses that follows the standard or technique of 25 minutes of focused work and then followed by a 5-minute break. So if you have a look, everything in this prompt is so detailed that, AI has got nothing to hallucinate on. So that's why, it's very important for you to write prompts and get the output, as per whatever you want. Okay, so let's click on enter. Now this gets sent to Bolt. Now I'll help you create Pomodoro timer. Okay, this is boom. So what we're trying to create is basically create the folder structure. It is also trying to install all the packages. If you see, create package.json, index.html, style.css. It will also add the colors. So whatever you will see is the progress that you see on the right, and then you have everything logged that is getting logged under this section which is on the left. Now you can also iterate on top in this same text box. Let us just wait for some time until it gets rendered completely, and then we can add changes on top. So this is gonna get processed. It's now editing main.js. You can click the files and you can see what. So it is also, it is also running the command as well. So you get to see, boom, there you go. It has got the best UI. I did not specify a lot of things on the UI, but specifically now if you start, it basically starts the timer and it resets the timer as well. And now you also get the cycles completed. So this basic UI is good, but what I want to do is again refine it up. So let's do one thing. So perfect. I need the UI to be sleek and a bit modern. So in that case, it will again, I'll enhance the UI with modern and sleek CSS3, and then it can only change the file which handles the UI changes. So now it's trying to edit style.css, which is a style sheet file. Now let's wait for every single change that will happen post, this completion, and let's also preview the tab. Now there are a few things in addition to whatever you see over here, which is you can download the code. So let's say you're working on a lot of functionalities, right? And you build a functionality, and then you can download the code, and then you can sync the files, right? And then you can push it to GitHub, which is incredible feature to have, right? So what, okay, this is done. Now the UI now features glass morphism effect with blur and transparency, then smooth train transition with gradient backgrounds, dynamic color schemes for work and break states. Now let's check the preview, what is happening. Interesting. With just one more refinement, it again created something exceptional. Again, everything is working. Okay, this is not working. Now there are a few things, if something is not working, how to reprompt, right? So what you need to do is, uh, so the Pomodoro timer is not working. When I click on start, fix, fix up, please. Okay, so I'm again using natural language, which is plain English, to just refine and then iterate and then fix bugs. Now we are living in the age literally wherein you don't need to learn anything, any code, any libraries, any UI UX. You just can pretty much type basic English and get everything done out of this great tools which are built by these awesome companies. Now again, key fixes, it also reports everything back saying, okay, this is what I did. Now if you go to preview or click on start, okay, so this is done. You see, like one single prompt again, and it took whatever we needed to, fix. So that's how we can build applications. Now, you can pretty much work on this and then play with this tool a lot, and then you can refine and uh, build multiple applications. There are also a few things that you can do in Bold DIY, which is you can also open the preview in the mobile view. So this is the mobile view. And then you also get to expand it in the desktop view. So you get to see the complete picture of how it will look on desktop and a laptop and like huge screens. You can refresh. Then you got the selection bar, which is you can, copy, paste. They can select a specific screen. And then you can share screen, and then this is going to get attached as a screenshot. So screenshot attached, and this is going to get added to the chat. Due to some reason, this might not work. So this is the chat that I added, the image. This, due to some reason, it might not work because DeepSeek chat has got pretty limited context window. So it might not be able to process with image inputs. But if you check on Google, if you check with Google, any of the model, let's say we choose 2.0, and then you get the API key. So we create the API key from here. Okay. And then I'll just add a project. Let's say I'm going to go with this one, create an existing. Now it will generate the API key for sure. You get to, especially this is going to get linked to your Google project, which is Google for project. So you need to make sure you set up on that. So I'm just giving, a quick demonstration on this. So what you need to do is copy paste the API key. So I copy pasted the API key, copy, and then this one is where I will add. So enter API key, and this is done. So I'll click on this. And now I'll just quickly type prompt saying, hey, just refine the card on background color. So I'll click on enter. So Gemini 2.0 will actually take image as an input. So it will try to read the card and also check on what specific aspect of the app you need to design, and then it will give you saying, I'll refine the card's color to improve the visual aspect and contrast. I'll adjust the card's background and border colors and make it more distinct from the page background. So if you go to preview, see, it has got change, or maybe it has not. Let's check. Is anything changed? Can we make it red? Okay. So I'm trying to again ask the AI model, okay, the card color is now changed, are a semi-transparent shade of blue. Now we'll change it to red. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Now, since Google, Flash 2.0 Flash has already got a lot of context window. In that case, the model already knows what we are talking about. So let's click on preview. So we got it to red. Now that's how simple it is to edit through selections as well. So but you have to make sure you're using Google APIs, to process image inputs. So let's go back to our DeepSeek.